The concept of the quiver is a picture I had a couple of years ago or 3 years ago of an archer, bow and arrow. And a quiver is that place that has the arrows. I'm left-handed, remember. Not when I play guitar, but I am everywhere else. And sometimes, whether it's a First Nation person in North America or Robin Hood story, as they're running through the forest, they have their bow, and in their hand, they have 3 or 4 arrows. And they're quick, they can fire those arrows. But then they have a quiver full of arrows. But of course, back at camp, there's probably people making arrows all the time. So somewhere there is a stack of arrows, hundreds of arrows. And the arrows are songs. But when you're out hunting, you probably have 3 in your hand ready to shoot, and 3 times that many or 4 times that many in your quiver. And so when you come up to lead worship, you have your song list of 3 or 4 and a quiver of 3 or 4 times that many. Okay? These are songs you know, you trust, you know off by heart. You can play them. You probably even know all the words off by heart, and they're part of your worship session. Yeah? Brilliant. Okay? So imagine that's how many songs you've got. So let's explain the structure of the quiver. This is really your song list, but not your song list for that event. This is what you're carrying around. This is the songs that you have ownership, a sense of ownership on. These are the songs you trust. Also, there needs to be a breadth within them, so you can come and you can bring the proclamation, the declaration, the adoration, the celebration. So I'm not, okay, listen up carefully. I'm not telling you you've got to do this. I go through this exercise 3 or 4 times a year. It disciplines me to look at new material and to make sure I'm on my game. I know roughly what I'm doing. I'm not saying you have to use this system. I'm not saying this system works for everyone. Okay. But what I will tell you, please now, what I will tell you is go through this exercise. Once I've explained what the quiver and how you construct it, go through this exercise, because this exercise will reveal to you your strengths and your weaknesses. Okay. So even if you don't run with the whole quiver concept and all the rest of it, the very exercise will start to get you to think in ways you perhaps haven't thought before. Okay. So the quiver is really, though I'm imagining it metaphorically, I get, this is where my arrows are. The arrows are the songs, and I'm pulling the songs out and I'm shooting them or whatever. It is really a song list, which I've divided into 3 categories. Okay. And so depending on the size of your quiver, whether you're thinking about 12 songs or 20 songs, we'll use 20 songs. That might be a bit frightening, but the maths is easier. So imagine you've got 20 songs. Obviously you haven't, because you've got to think about them and work out which one. But if you have, we're going to break them into 3 categories. Category A, sounds like a prison. Category A is 50%. So 50% of whatever your song list is, whether you're dealing with 12 songs or 60 songs, they have to fulfill the criteria of category A. The other half of your quiver is split in half. And if you can do maths, it means you've got 50% left. Split in half, that's 25%, 25%. So a quarter, category B, and a quarter, category C. Category A, 50%, quarter, B, quarter, C. A, the biggest category, these needs to be songs that are popular. They're known to you, obviously, and known to others. They're the classics, not necessarily the golden oldies, we'll come on to that in a moment, but they are now the present popular songs. And in a sense, you could cheat. You could go to Google and Google 2020 or 2019, what are the most popular songs, and see if we're singing any of them. That could be dangerous, because you could get distracted, because you've got to have a sense of ownership. So it's not just about choosing what is popular, it's choosing what you know is anointed and works. Be anointed, be anointed. So how great, the splendor of the King, or something like that. Yeah. Um, I see the King of Glory, Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, raise a hallelujah. You know, Lion and the Lamb. All the songs that we're doing. So 50% of those, so that when you play them, other people can join in. Okay. It's this idea that if you're suddenly called upon to lead some worship, you don't need a device or a book or anything. And if you've got songs that are popular, people will know them as well. So use those shorter songs, remind them of the words. You might have to sing the verse. Hope you got a voice, but everyone will come in on the chorus, or just sing the chorus. Eh? There's a nice one. Just sing do the chorus and the bridge. Why not? So 50% is that. Category C. Yes, I didn't do B, did I? Well done. You're watching. Category C is a really troubled column, and it drips all the way down to the floor and beyond. Because category C is what I call unique to you and golden oldies. And technically, golden oldies get stuck in your head, so they're always going to be there. All I'm saying is you can't really be on the top of your game if 50% of your material is the golden oldies. I'm just saying, put them there. If you're convinced that song still works, then use it. You know, it's the whole concept of nostalgia, isn't it? It's a little bit about, is it prophetic? You know, is this the song we need to sing now, even though the last time I sang it was 1983? And sometimes you can get away with it. Sometimes you just have to be careful you don't buy into your own nostalgia and warm feelings of what happened back in 1983 or wherever you were. So be careful with the golden oldies. And that's why I'm limiting it to 25%. So if you have 20 songs, 10, you know, off by heart completely. You don't need the music, you don't need the words. You can sing 10 songs, bang. And other people should know and recognize that song. But please, no more than 5 from the golden oldie list. Otherwise, you're cheating a bit, and people won't be that excited. And also within that 5 are those which are unique to you. Okay, so the category C is unique to you and golden oldies. Unique to you means they're songs that have never made the light of day because they're part of a CD you bought back in the mid 1990s that no one else really listened to, but you loved. And I've got a load of them. I think I've got another pile of songs that never made it on a Sunday, but are great songs. And listen to in the car, yeah, endlessly during the years when you played cassettes or CDs or whatever. How old am I? They're unique to you. No one else knows that song. You play it, and someone thinks you may have written it. Oh, nice. And of course, unique to you are the ones you write. And you know, if you're leading Sunday morning, you can't just come up with a whole list of your own material. That's not fair. So I'm limiting it to 25%, and there's an awful lot in that category. And as I said, that's an artificial column because your head won't be able to keep it there because, yeah, I've written at least 20 songs which I could probably use in a public setting. So, yeah, that's me hammered. I'm trying to find 5, and I've already put "Come, Now is the Time of Worship" in there because I know it off by heart and everyone else knows that off by heart, but really it's over 20 years old. I can't really have that at the front end of my 50% of the quiver. Come, now is the time. That goes there. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Really? I don't know. Depends how you're playing it. You know, that's another whole thing to discuss as well. But possibly I should be strict and stick that in column C, category C. So what's category B? Well, category B is I invented this, and this is the struggle. Category B are songs that are known, songs that are probably popular, becoming popular, but you don't know them yet off by heart. You probably know the music because if you're a guitar player, if you're chord based, then you can nail the music quite quickly. So they're the songs which I have to put there. And reality check. You know, I'm trying to be practical. Songs go from category A to category B due to my lack of discipline. So I did have Raise a Hallelujah and Waymaker in category A because I'd done the homework and I nailed them. But now they're both dropped back into category B because I haven't quite got all of those words in my head. And there are other songs I put in with a really sense of guilt into category B because other people are playing them. And I think I should learn that song. I should use that song. So the discipline is 50% known to you, known to everyone else, so they can join in. 25%, I'm learning. I'm still in the process of getting them sorted. And only 25%, really, though it's an impossible list to create it has no end. But I'm trying to reduce the number of songs I'm using, which I know are pretty much unique to me. What else can I say about this?